everyone, you did it. You successfully did it. A lot of the time at the start of certain series, especially if they're more risky series that I'm not sure if there's going to be much of an audience for, I will say at the top of the video that like, hey, I'm doing this video and I want to see if people have interest in it. Please let me know if you want to see more of this series. And a lot of the time, people, like, there might be 1 or 2 people who do that, or nobody will do it, and then in coming weeks people will be like, wait, you didn't continue that series? And I'm like, well, people didn't tell me that they wanted more and it didn't get much support. That's not the case with this series. This series, you guys actually gave me a lot of support, and you told me in the comments that you like said completely without any hesitation, we want to see more Uma Musume. So I'm happy with that. I had so much fun with the first episode. I love this series so far. I still, I still play the game every day. So I'm very, very happy to continue the anime. If like 0 people watched the first episode, I probably would have watched the series for fun in my own time anyway. So it's nice that I get to make videos on it. Basically, the plan right now, so that you're aware of it, is I'm going to do the series for now. If the videos like taper off excruciatingly, where it's like there's really, not many people interacting with it anymore, down the road, then maybe I'd stop at a stopping point, like I'd stop after season 1 or whatever. But I don't want to stop. So, like, I know that the first episode is most likely to be the one to get, like, the most attention. I understand that going into it. I've been doing YouTube long enough to know how the patterns tend to go. But I do want to reiterate, if you would like me to continue the series, just try to keep interacting with the videos as best you can. After the episodes, make sure to comment down below telling me, like, your favorite parts of the episode, or just gushing about scenes that you liked, or talking about discussion points that I was talking about, stuff like that. I love to read those sorts of comments. I like when people are really enthusiastic about a series. That's always the best, when the comments are filled with people who love the series and they just want to talk about things that they like about it, That's always the absolute best. Some of my favorite series on this channel have been stuff like that. Like, I feel like Legend of Korra was like that. It was just like a lot of comments of people being very positive and talking about scenes that they really liked and characters that they love and stuff. And it's such a fond experience for me, because I want to gush about it and I want you guys to gush about it. And I feel like Uma Musume is such a positive, fun series that there's a really good chance for us to do that. So let's do that. Let's gush about this series that we love. I'm really excited to jump into this. So last week, special week, came to Tracing Academy and basically fell in love with Silent Suzuka. And then ended up joining a team by being kidnapped by Gold Ship, Daiwa Scarlet, and who else was it? It was Gold Ship, Scarlet, and I can't remember who the other one was. Vodka, maybe? It might have been Vodka. Was kidnapped by yeah, that would make sense, because Daiwa Scarlet and Vodka kind of have a thing going on, right? So they all kidnapped Special Week, and then there was the, weird trainer guy, who's the trainer of that team, and they said, hey, we like the way you do things, we want to recruit you now. And then it turns out Silent Suzuka had left her team and joined this team. I forgot what the team's called. In fact, it's probably on my notes, and it'll probably take me 1 second to find it. It is Team Spica. So that's the team we're on now. And then it ended with them going, you know what, let's do a debut race. And then, like, the next day she's at a debut race. So I think today we're going to see Special Week's... Well, we saw a race with her last time, actually. She was doing that race to try out for the other team, right? But this time, she's gonna try out for this team. So, well, actually, she's already on this team. She's gonna do a debut race now. So I'm really excited. Let's jump into it. Make sure to support the video. Oh, by the way, sorry, another little bit of housekeeping. For a lot of series, when they already have episodes, like when they're not a live show, I will tend to do early access on my Patreon account. So not only is it the full-length video, but it's also like a week ahead, generally. If this series continues, I'm planning to do that. I'm just really busy right now, so I didn't have time to record an extra episode yet. But, like, soon enough, hopefully, there will be one episode, at least one episode ahead on Patreon of Uma Musume. But right now, there should be the full-length version on my Patreon account. So no matter what, if you want more of this content, go to my Patreon account. Down in the description below, you get the full-length reactions. Just sync it up with your own footage, and you can watch it with me. But let's jump into this. This is Uma Musume episode 2. Okay. So it's a week from this time. Jesus. Have to have his ass up like that? Special week, did you hear them? They're going to eat. Go eat, girl. Go have a food date with Silent Suzuka. Oh. Oh. Well, it sounds like she's kind of putting herself down there. She's saying it's literally all I'm good at. Yeah, isn't it Suzuka? Yeah. I remember that. Those two are roommates in the game. I remember a few roommate combos. It's like Urara and King Halo are together, I think. Don't be nervous. It'll be okay. Or do be nervous, but use those nerves. Aww. I think Silent Suzuka can't comprehend how much she loves her. The debut race out of nowhere. Oh, I like the confetti coming down in that section. I thought we were seeing her training, but this is her when she was a kid. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh, she's got a little carrot body pillow. The carrot in her mouth, like the bread. That's a great bit. That's so funny. So inspired. They have a whole class for this stuff. Cool. Gonna go see Rudolph? I'm pretty sure it's Rudolph, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe start listening a bit more instead of being in your own head. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere? Hmm? Is her mother someone famous? Teo! I love Teo. She's such a fun character. You have to run to catch up to her. She'll have too much energy. No. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. And, I mean, you're reading it in English as well. It must suck. Okay, hang on. I need to write it out. Eclipse first. Aw, nice. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. Really? Because I'm gonna need some time to think about it. I'll think about it in the discussion. Going to see McQueen? Aw, just go and buy her. Oh my god, it's loud in here. This is where you can train your stamina. I have fish in there. She's probably never seen a pool before, right? Oh my god. So she's screaming into a trunk. She just got here. Give her some time. She wants to become the best horse girl. Aw. Yep. You wanna be like Suzuka? What? Twister? I guess that would help with your flexibility. And maybe stamina or strength, I guess? Yeah, so it kind of helps with your strength. That makes sense. It's kind of a funny anime way to do it, but it still has some reason behind it. Oh my god. Whoa, cool art. Oh, they got the horseshoe and the building design. It's like, I like seeing them trotting. Okay, yeah. Cut on the outside. You got this. Are they letting her pass? Like, is it part of training? To like, he tells someone to go past and then they pass, and then tells the next person to pass and then they do it. Exhausted, but that's good. You're training well. I really thought we'd be doing the debut race at the start of the episode, but... Is she? Like, unique because of her mother, or...? Oh, just... Oh! Just her lack of interacting with Uma Musume. Kiseki, that's really nice. To put Suzuka on that? That's really nice. Aww. No plans. Just run how you feel. Maybe he's trying to test her instincts, you know? Don't put too much in her head. Yeah. I like it for her first race. Yeah, you might make mistakes. It's your debut race. It's fine if you fuck up. Oh my gosh. It's so interesting. I just don't think about this, but like putting horseshoes into their shoes. Which I've seen that. I've seen the design at the bottom of their shoes before. It's just funny. Okay. Yep. Tell me. Aww. So, her mother was an Uma Musume. Her, like, birth mother. Aww. Waving a carrot. That's so funny and such a sad flashback. Aww. Aww. I like that she just straight up says they're both her mother, you know? No qualifiers. They're both just her mother. Aww. Cute. That's so nice. It's such a nice way to, like, you know, her mother died, but she thinks of it as she got to have two mothers, you know? Sunday Pillow? What a name. Oh, she's so nervous. She's trying to do the thing that Suzuka did, where she like pulls it off. Oh my god. Don't make it harder for her. Get it to her. Oh, it actually might be a good play. Like, loosen her up by having Suzuka go there to meet her with her. Mm-hmm. There, that's what she needed. Okay, the trainer did well there. I think he purposefully didn't give her the number and sent Suzuka to do it. Even if he did actually just genuinely forget, the choice to send Suzuka there was great. Oh my god. She's always shocked by an opening. Imagine how well she'd do if she just took off at the right time. Didn't get a late start. Gotta increase her wit. Yeah, I agree. Oh god. That's why you needed that strength. The twister helped out. She looks like a Pokemon character. Oh, what a strat. Oh, this is the training. The throwing the balloons at her or whatever. Yeah. Is this the time? This is the time? Push forward. Oh, yeah. Oh, the music is great. I don't know if she wins this or not. I think she does. And you know why? Because I don't think Queen Berry is a very important character. Go! Oh my, oh yes! She fucked herself over! Hell yeah! That's so satisfying to like dodge the tackle. Oh, and that crowd. I love sports anime, man. There's nothing like it. Oh, must be so gratifying. I've done it. I'm the best horse girl in Japan. The other trainer. Hana is her name. Oh, that's right, the concert! I forgot. I completely forgot she has to sing center stage. What's she singing? I mean, it's her debut. Is she singing Make Debut? Aww. Oh, that's rough. Oh, an ED that I haven't seen? Speaker cup. Nice. Aww. The carrots everywhere makes me laugh so much. Of course, Scarlet and Vodka fighting. Playing Uno. McQueen's getting fucked over. Quiz show. This is a fun ED. Basically exactly what I expected it to be. Oh, cool. Oh, they're going through the gates. That's great. Aww. Special weekend Suzuka together. Cool. What a great episode. That's so much fun, man. That was, like, it was only a 20-minute episode, obviously, but, like, it felt like they got a lot in there. That was, like, a really well-paced episode. Well, first, I thought we were going to start with the debut race. I thought that was going to be the start of the episode, since the end of last episode was her already at the gates. But it was, like, that was probably a smart idea. They ended the first episode with her already at the debut race to go, like, hey, we're going to be having a lot of action in this series. Like, there's going to be a lot of races, so we're going to get right into it. And then in the next episode, they're like, okay, but now let's actually give you context and everything before the race. So, like, they kind of did that cliffhanger to keep you in for next week, and then but then they still did its due diligence, you know? They still made it very appropriate. Because as the episode was going on, I kept thinking, like, wow, they're doing a lot before the race. Is there going to be time to do the race? But, you know, these race scenes can be quite quick, because races don't take that long. And, like, here's the thing. I'm really having a great time with this so far. And so far, we've had 2 race scenes, and they've both been great. Or the 3, I guess, if you count Suzuka's as well. But I will say, what I was thinking when I was, like, thinking about this series is, like, are they going to be able to keep up, like, really exciting race scenes? Because, like, there's not as much variety in races as there are in like, you know, like my favorite sports anime ever is Haikyuu, right? So volleyball, there's like a lot of variation between games in volleyball. And so like you can continue to do new shit constantly. But with races, there's not as much variation, I feel like. Now, the game, they can do it really nicely because the variation can come in the skills that you're doing, the horses that you're racing up against, the different conditions of the track. But a lot of those things, like in an anime, I feel like aren't as visually distinct, you know? It's hard to know when someone's using home stretch haste or when they're using straightaway, whatever it's called, or when they're using corner recovery in an anime, you know? We don't see the little skill procs on the side. So, like...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No thanks, I don't need you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so the series, I feel like, will be tough. Like, it'll be tough to do that, but I also, like, so far, I feel like it would have been tough to make this series interesting at all in the first place, and they've already made it, you know, in 2 episodes, it's already great, and I already am very attached to the game. So, like, they've already done what I believe to be an incredibly difficult task, so I feel pretty confident that they will do it right. I'm just wondering how. And I'm very curious, like, by the time I finish the first season or I get to season 2 or whatever, like, will the race scenes, will there still be things that happening in there that I feel like are fresh? Now, it also doesn't matter as much. Like, the racing scenes don't necessarily need to feel fresh as long as I care about them. That's kind of what matters. And so far, they're also doing a good job at making me care about the characters quite a bit. I liked, you know, they did a good job at showing me why I should be rooting for Special Week in this episode. Like, they had the scene with, by the way, I love this scene where Kiseki took Suzuka aside and said, like, hey, can you take care of Special Week a little bit? Because she hasn't really been able to interact with any Uma Musume before, and so this is probably all very overwhelming for her, and she might not be able to express that, so can you help her out? And I think that's really, really nice, and it's a great scene because, one, it puts into context Special Week and her character and the difficulty she's going through. 2, it shows Kiseki is a really cool character and made me like her a lot more, which is good because I had literally no opinions on Kiseki before. I barely ever think about her as a character. There's a lot of characters in this series, so some fall under the radar. Kiseki's one of the ones that I just don't think about, you know? And so I had no opinions on her, but now I actually quite like her. And I like her enough that I want to look into her stuff in the game a bit more in the future. And 3, it gives Suzuka a reason to bridge that gap between them, because I think the thing about Suzuka's character is it's gonna be tougher for her to pick up on those social cues, you know? Like, I think she's the sort of person, she's probably, like, maybe a little bit on the spectrum or whatever. Like, it's probably tough for her to, like, pick up on social cues without being directly told what's going on. And so that's I feel like that's Kiseki knowing Special Week and knowing Suzuka and going like, look, Special Week needs help and Suzuka needs to be told, help her. Like, Suzuka would be happy to do it, but she needs someone to directly go like, hey, can you do this? And so once that happened, then Suzuka and Special Week can connect more. And I think that's a really great scene because they're connected together through Kiseki. So I loved that whole dynamic there. And then those two start to, you know, have a bit more connection going on. And then we get to hear about Special Week's backstory, which is that she has 2 mums. One mum gave birth to her and then died shortly after. But passed her on to another woman and said, can you make a great horse girl? And then that mother was like, well, yes, I'm going to do this no matter what, and then trained her and raised her really well. So that's really sweet, and I love when characters have stuff like that, but they take the most positive possible experience out of it. Like her backstory could be incredibly sad, but the way she tells it is very hopeful and like a very generous retelling of the story. Like instead of, it's not a mopey story of like my mum died, so I like, you know, I've had a shit life growing up. She was like, I have 2 mums. Like she was like, here's something cool about me. I'm living up to both of my mums, and here's what's like. And so like one of my mums unfortunately died, but her dream was passed down to me, and my other mum trained me and raised me. So I want to make them both proud, and I just think that's really sweet, and it's a great character trait to take an experience that could be really sad, but take the best possible thing out of it. So yeah, I loved that stuff. The carrot jokes in this show are gonna consistently make me laugh. I really love, like, it's so simple. I mean, just all the horse jokes in this show I think are really great. I mean, I already like found in the first episode when she like does the kick behind her and like just kicks the trainer in the face or whatever, like the way like they animated it exactly like a horse kicks is so funny. So that on its own it was great, but yeah, the way that they're like incorporating carrots into, I mean, like I already know it from the game. I see all the carrot jokes in the game and stuff, right? You do the raffles and you win either a carrot or a bunch of carrots or a carrot steak or whatever. Like, and some of them making chocolate out of carrot and stuff. Like, it's insane. Also, by the way, for reference, in real life, I hate carrot. Like, I'm a very picky eater, but specifically carrot is like is a food that I really dislike. So to, like, you know, for that to be like the main food of this series that everyone loves is crazy to me, but I love it because it's a really funny joke. But yeah, in this episode, like her being late for school and running out of the door with a carrot in her mouth, fucking genius. That's like absolutely genius. Her having like a carrot body pillow that she's hugging while she's sleeping is amazing. And her watching the race when she was a kid on TV and waving a carrot like you would wave a glow stick or whatever. She's waving a carrot. It's fucking amazing. Like, I just feel like the writers would be giggling to themselves every time when they're like, oh my god, what if we made this a carrot as well? What if we made a carrot here, and what if we made a carrot here? It's so great. Okay, let me think about the eclipse first, the rest nowhere phrase. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. I feel like it's going to, like, later in the series, like, maybe if they bring it up again in the series, don't tell me in the comments what it means yet, because I feel like the way that scene was set up, it was like Rudolph looked at it and she went, one day you'll understand what this means or whatever. And I feel like that's important, and so like they'll probably like allude to what it means or straight up describe what it means later. But me looking at it right now, because the thing for Special Week, like, English is my native language, and looking at it, I'm like, this feels like gibberish. But for Special Week, she's also a Japanese girl, and she's looking at an English phrase that doesn't even seem like it makes sense in English, and let alone she's gonna have to translate it in her head and then also try to figure out what it means. Eclipse first, the rest nowhere. Like, because all I'm thinking is like, eclipse first. Like, in my head, I was like, well, that might mean to, like, start off with your best, you know, like, don't wait to reveal what's the best about you, but start off with the strongest of what you've got. The rest nowhere. But it just, yeah, man, like, a lot of the time when I when I do this in a show, I write down, like, if there's a phrase that makes no sense to me, I write it down, and then in the discussion, I will break it down when I have more time to think about it, and then eventually I'll come up with my own interpretation of it, and then, you know, it's really nice when that ends up happening. But this one, I think I'm kind of stuck on. I think I'm gonna have to let that simmer in my head a little bit more. The horseshoes. So they've got the sneakers, and then they've got horseshoes bolted to the bottom of them, right? Now, horseshoes, I know, you know, you whatever, you like nail them to the horse's feet or whatever, right? Like that's something that you do with horseshoes. So her doing it with their shoes, it's a great joke. It's very funny. Like, I'm trying to figure out, is it just a joke, like purely a joke, or is there some sort of benefit that gives you? Because theoretically, the idea of horseshoes is they're supposed to be like shoes, right? But if these are just horse girls, shoes should be like shoes for them, right? Like they're already getting the protection of their feet by wearing shoes. So I'm just making sure it's 100% a gag, right? Like it's purely a joke that they have horseshoes on the bottom of their shoes, and not like, because I feel like you could also have people come into the comments and say like, actually the horseshoes provide like a benefit to them because horseshoes do this that really helps out, you know, these, like, since they're running at such high speeds, a horseshoe would assist with this that sneakers wouldn't be able to do or something. I'm kind of taking it 100% as just like, it's funny that they're horses and the horses wear horseshoes. We're not gonna have these characters just be wearing horseshoes. That wouldn't make any sense. So instead, we'll have them wear sneakers, but we'll we'll bolt horseshoes to the bottom of it. As a pure joke, it's extremely funny. But I also wouldn't be shocked if someone came into the comments and was like, actually, it makes perfect sense as well. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Oh man, the dodging of the tackle in that debut race was so satisfying, because it's really great, because like I feel like the girl also had somewhat of a chance to win the race against Special Week if she didn't do that. She was trying to like secure her victory by doing that. But it was like the gamble that she took, and like it's really satisfying when her own hubris is what takes her down. Like she tries to go for, I want to say the dirty play, but I don't know how dirty it really is considered in this, because like I think bumping and stuff is kind of par for the course in these things, because like if you are to bump someone else, you're slowing yourself down to do that. So like there's enough people, if it's not just a 1v1 race, so there's enough people that like, you know, you can't just like tackle them to the ground and hold them down, obviously, because then people will just outrun you. So so like I think they allow, you know, bumping and knocking each other around a little bit. But it also might just be like, you know, you can get away with little bumps. She was maybe doing it a little bit illegally, but it's like hard to prove the intent of it. But yeah, like the thing I was thinking is like, you know, when she was running in front of Special Week and she was trying to, and in my head I keep wanting to say Spare because that's her nickname or whatever, but I gotta be honest, Spare, and they have this in the game as well, like they've always called her Spare, and I've always seen it. It's a terrible nickname, like really, really terrible. Call her Weak. Weak is great. Weak works, right? Or Spesh even, maybe, but you can't end on the air. It's a weird sound to air. It's a weird sound to end on. So Spetchan is a really hard name to say. Anyway, the girl being in front of Special Week, when she was kicking dirt back at her and Special Week was dodging it, that was really cool, and I like that it harkens back to the training that Special Week had. At the same time, to do that move, you would have to slow down a little bit, because like to do it, I imagine you dig your foot in the ground and kick back, right? And to be able to do that, you must slow down. You can't just be light on your feet, running at full speed. So she's specifically slowing down to try to take out Special Week, and it's not working. So like every move that she's doing, she's slowing herself down more and more to try to do it, and none of them work on Special Week, and I think that's very satisfying. And yeah, so it's very satisfying to see her try to tackle her at the end. Special Week just darts past her. It's great. Really, really good. Final thing I want to talk about is in this episode, Suzuka said something like, you know, is this the fun kind of pressure or the scary pressure? Like something along those lines, right? Which I think, like, that's a really good thing. And I was going to talk about this in discussion even if she didn't say that. But I've talked about this before on this channel. The idea of, like, nerves for things like this that you're really excited for. I hearken it in my head to... you know, when I was growing up and I was, like, training in acting, and I did a lot of acting courses and stuff, I was part of a drama school type thing called Actors Inc. And my teacher for Actors Inc. is the best teacher I've ever had for anything. I absolutely loved that man. And, like, he taught me acting from when I was, like, probably, like, 12 to when I was, like, 18 years old, right? And one of the things that he taught me at some point was the idea of, like, nerves. Like, you know, you'll get nerves before going on stage or whatever, right? Like, before performing live, a lot of the time there's gonna be those nerves and they're gonna be building up and you're gonna feel those butterflies and it's gonna feel like it's hard to breathe a little bit sometimes. And what he taught me at some point was, like, nerves can be really good. They can provide you with energy. Like, that anxious feeling that you get, that, like, sometimes you just want to move. Like, I remember before performing in a musical, a school musical that I was doing at some point, I was playing Superman. We were doing a musical about Superman called Man of Steel. And I played Superman. I played Clark Kent in Superman. I'm a very skinny kid, right? I'm very skinny. Even more so back then. Like, I was, like, very underweight back then. And it was, you know, that's part of the joke was, like, I'm in this skin-tight Superman outfit, and I was exceptionally skinny. So it was, like, more than anything else, it was a role that I was very nervous to play, because I was like, this is an embarrassing role a little bit. I like that I'm the lead role of the musical, but at the same time, it's embarrassing to, like, be in a superhero outfit on stage when you're 16 years old or whatever. So I was backstage and I was, like, feeling those nerves build up, and then I remembered my acting teacher's advice that, like, that nerves can really, really give you energy. And what I was realizing was, like, I was so nervous, I was just pacing back and forth. I was going, and I was, like, pacing back and forth. The nerves were building up, right? And then I remembered those words, and I was like, they give you energy. They give you energy. And I was like, no, you know what? This is good. I'm pacing back and forth because I have all of this excess energy. So I can use this to put on a better performance. I can, like, I basically have all this adrenaline right now. And, you know, to play this character, like, sometimes I'll be speaking in a deeper voice, you know? Like, sometimes I'm going to be projecting to the audience. I'm not going to let the nerves make me be very quiet and, like, reserved or anything. I'm going to let the nerves let me project my voice. Let me make more facial expressions. Let me move around more, stand up more confidently. Even though I'm so nervous, this nervous energy will give me life. And it worked. I went on stage and I was like, I felt myself using the nerves as energy. I felt like I acted like it was an extra health bar within me, and I could feel the energy being used, and it was, like, so much more satisfying. And it made it so that the next few nights when I started to feel those nerves, I was like, this is great. This is great. Like, I'm using it, and I got more excited about doing the performance. And so that was, like, the exciting type of nerves that I feel like Suzuka is talking about. And then the fun pressure that she was saying. So yeah, really good. Anyway, that was Uma Musume episode 2. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.